welcome back. Welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. My name is Joe. I'm going to be your handler for this operation. And I'm joined by three extremely competent, professional, real-life Delta Green agents. Though now, since I've said that, they'll probably have to be eliminated. But in this fiction, they are playing our characters here in Delta Green. I'm joined by Brad, playing Hank Ellis.
Hello.
U.S. Marshal.
Howdy.
I'm joined by Dace, playing Benji, historian and occult, not even dabbler, I would say, occult expert.
Full on occultist.
Just occultist. And then, of course, by our good friend Jean, playing Benedict, journalist and ardent and enthusiastic destroyer of machines.
Oh, his favorite pastime next to art sales.
I imagine Benedict just goes to, like, I don't know, like a Best Buy with a baseball bat and just starts obliterating all of the laptops that are like on display, like all the printers and all the laptops.
His favorite movie is just The Office. Just a baseball bat to the printer.
Oh yeah, yeah, that scene.
Office Space.
Office Space.
Right.
Space. Right.
It's a classic.
Sorry.
Have you guys ever worked in a cubicle farm / office space kind of environment, like that really cliche corporate environment where everyone has a little cubicle and isn't allowed to have any pictures of your loved ones or anything like that? You guys ever done that?
Nope.
Yep.
An internship like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the internship like? Was it did you go away every day feeling like you lost a little bit more of yourself?
Yeah. It's not fun.
Did you join a
Checking
club
diagrams.
that fights after hours?
An after-hour fighting club.
Yeah, I was saying
Nothing.
that. I mean, I think I said this to someone, I forgot. But when I did have a job like that, I was like, I knew it was time to change something because everything Tyler Durden said was like having like. I was like, well, that sounds like a good idea, actually.
Was like really resonating with you.
Yeah, like I was like, man, this is a really good movie. Like
This documentary is great.
why can't let's do this movie?
It's like a
Starts putting alcohol
hey,
on
have
his
you heard of this?
knuckles every day.
Yeah, like you go to someone else like, hey, have you heard of this self-help movie called Fight Club? Yeah. I don't know. I guess really fighting against, because like in that situation you're so depersonalized that you really just feel like you have to fight for every inch of yourself.
You know, on the other, so it's one of those things where the grass is always greener on the other side. I've had nothing but, or for the past like 6 years, nothing but blue collar jobs like cabinet making and welding and stuff.
Right.
And the idea of sitting in an air conditioned desk all day sounds like a fucking dream to me. Like, especially with summer rolling in. Like, it's already to the point where I'll sweat through my shirt multiple times daily, and it's not even close to peak summer.
No. Yeah, there's definitely something to be enjoyed about it. I know when I was in the military, I did spend a lot of time doing office type work. But at the same time, like there were all those times you'd be out in the field for a few weeks at a time. You'd be like, man, oh man, the ability to just go home at the end of the day and the ability to sit inside an air-conditioned space and eat food that's not from a bag.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
I mean, so Delta Green agents have kind of like the best of both worlds, you know? They got some office stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
They're going out in the field sometimes.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
There's a little bit.
Dream, baby.
There's a little bit of that completely. I don't know. Like I feel like their sanity is being affected from both sides, from the extremity of the unnatural and the incredible just scheduled grinding, soul grinding normalcy.
I mean, there's no perfect
job,
Joe. But can we agree being a Delta Green agent is way better than being an office employee in corporate America?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So I know in the past we've talked about if we were Delta Green agents, like what your specialty would be. But here's a question. If Delta Green came to you and asked you to be an agent, would you?
Would you? Oh, man.
I mean, I kind of like the ASIL. If I could do that and eat sandwiches, that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a pretty cushy gig.
Answering calls. Telling people they can't have RPGs and eating sandwiches.
Yeah. I think it would be, oh god, that would be, I don't know, like, cause, I guess, like, the way I think about it, cause in, like, the lore of Delta Green, the people that they recruit to be agents, they're not, they don't just go out and find people who are super good at stuff and say, you'd be a good agent. Typically, the way you get recruited is you are doing your regular thing, whatever that thing is, and you get exposed to the supernatural or to the unnatural, and then they recruit you because you basically haven't lost your shit. Like, that's how you get tested, is by having an in vivo exposure to the unnatural and not dying or going insane.
But
so
would
I guess
you?
it's like that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, if I was back at that office job, then yeah. Now, not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
No, I'm already too foil hat for that shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Every time we start up, I'm like, Jean, take that stupid fucking thing off your head before we go on camera.
Never
Like
does.
the 5G,
Oh,
the 5G
It
waves
makes-
can't. Like, you'll be
It
fine.
makes me look pretty.
You can have 3 hours worth of 5G. It's not gonna kill you. Come on.
You say that now, Joe.
Right. Alright. Well, you guys want to jump back in?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Let's do it. Okay. It's a weird vibe, but all right, cool.
Do we have jobs? Like we mentioned, I think we did like a bit of a recap on what Delta Green is and how it's different from D&D. And one of the things is like you actually have a vocation. You have a job that you have to hold down in between the
Right.
rest of the shenanigans. We don't really look at that too much, and I just assume at this point we're retired because we're so old.
Oh yeah, this particular party is full of people who are all in their 60s, with the exception of Benji, who I think is in his
I think it's like
40s or 50s.
48, maybe.
Yeah.
Spring chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think what we had said, like when we went back and did the 20-year home scene, I think we had said that Hank, like, has basically become like an artifact of the past, kind of hanging out in the marshal's office.
Like a consultant
Yeah,
type thing.
Benedict has some private business he's doing to make money, while also kind of working, you know, like at the what was it, the New York Post or whatever it is that you're working.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then Benji has, I mean, he's just like playing music and like does some adjunct teaching at a little old place called Miskatonic University. Yeah.
Gigging
Yeah.
and teaching, man.
Just gigging and teaching. All right. So here we are, 2015, Boston. You guys are here, and we are trying to look into what has happened with. Originally, you guys were recruited to look into the disappearance of these Delta Green agents from this this psychiatric facility, and when you guys basically learned that there was some foul play. You couldn't trust your briefing officer anymore. You ransacked his house and have found recently, after coming in contact with some unnatural machine monster, almost dying. You guys have come into contact with some. You guys have come into contact with some interesting things. Last time you found this small door in Barris's house that seems to actually connect to the bookshop where you guys had been previously. And as you began to dig into the phone that you found, you discovered a few things. You were the person who's been texting the owner of this phone It's apparently named Ophelia Citri, which immediately set off alarm bells for you guys as being the name of one of these demons. Which is interesting because I think that one of you guys had said, man, it's really weird. It's like, that's not a coincidence that Barbas used the cover name Marbas for himself. You guys then found out that someone had called this phone, and it was a DEA agent, also in the Las Vegas area. Lastly, you guys found that this person has called the Dorchester facility at least once, and that they were apparently staying at a little place called the Boxer Hotel in Boston, which is where you guys are located. There's something I need to walk back here. Something... You know what? I'll walk it back when we get there, because I don't want to spoil it right now. But there's something that I should have given you guys, I should have told you about previously. We're going to hit it when it becomes relevant. But, hey, I'm not a perfect person. I'm certainly not a perfect handler, that's for damn sure.
And we never said you were.
And you never said? No one.
You never meant to do those things to us.
Right. So,
This is such a safe space.
Such a safe space. We are here. You guys have made it to the Boxer Hotel. And you are... and you're sitting outside. You also went and got an angle grinder.
Yes.
So that's now... But if you want to put that on Benji's...
it's on there.
Inventory. It's already...
You bet your ass. The angle grinder, 2 batteries, and a charger.
Okay. All that stuck in the trunk.
Off wheels.
Does he have the skills to use this thing, or is this just more aspirational from real life?
I think
being in...
Hank is probably like the one that would have that knowledge. He seems like an all-around dude. But
I'm still. What? Sorry, I've been thinking about something for the ever since Joe did this intro thing.
What's that?
I don't know how to bring this up in character, so I'm just gonna say it like, what if like these like demon? Okay, so he was like codename Morbus, Mobus. What was it?
Marbas.
Marbas, which is a demon. We figured out, or Benji said something like that. This other woman is something of the other demon name. We never got to find out. We never saw someone that went by a person in some capacity, did we? We didn't, right?
I believe there was an instance in which, in 1995, after Jeremy had been mind whammied, that you guys saw a figure walking across the street that looked to be a homeless man.
We saw that, but we never met a person like this person in Nevada that had like the name person in some capacity or went
Not
by.
that you know of.
Like, what if they're not actually demons, but they're like high-ranking people in this like society, and they go by these demon names? Whatever like this. Yeah.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
And I'm the asshole with a foil hat. Look at yourself, Brad.
I'm just thinking it through, like, and then we had this weird thing with him where like Benji like killed him or saw his face when he was stabbing the goat, and then there was a woman in his house that we haven't found out yet, and this demon can like shapeshifts or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Things are not looking great.
I think we can all agree things are not great.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about, the grinder.
I have another question. It's more backfilling. What happened to Gravedigger? Did we take Gravedigger with us? Because I'm very attached to Gravedigger.
Oh yeah, the remote control car with the
monster truck hat.
With the the GoPro on it. I will assume you have Gravedigger. And by the way, I have been listening back recently to the entire series, and originally you guys were supposedly had a Mini Cooper, which was the car you're using to get around. and I think we've walked that back and said that you guys are probably just have a sedan. You know,
somebody's not doing their job with continuity.
A regular old sedan. So yeah. Yeah, so here you guys are. You guys are, I'm going to say you're parked out in front of the Boxer Hotel in Boston. What would you like to do?
Well, I reckon we go in here and ask for.
Whoa. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oops, sorry,
Yep.
I unplugged my headphones. I also stopped the audio because I thought the audio had stopped. Sorry, go ahead. I'll ask you again.
Joe gets excited very quickly. Even
That's
it
his-
seems like there's a lull in the action, but Joe is he's there. He's excited.
High energy levels.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know me. Okay, sorry about that. What were you guys saying?
Hank and characters are saying, I reckon we'll just go in here and, first off, try to ask for Barvis. See if there's anyone.
Well, what if we flash our badges and ask for the records and see if we can find somebody with the phone number and the records?
Mhm.
Well, his text said to ask for him at the Boxer Hotel if anything was to happen to him.
Might be a code.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
All right, let's do it.
Maybe just one of us needs to go up. I don't know
Yeah.
if 3 people coming in asking for Exeter will be as convincing.
Well, I think the idea of you guys gonna have, I think you're on the right track with like, hey, maybe we could use our FBI credentials because you guys have badges and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, who's going in and what do you say?
I guess I'll go in. Does anyone want to follow me? Or what do we
Then
decide
she'll
on
go
this?
in undercover as a tourist.
Okay.
Got like a Hawaiian shirt on.
Yes.
In Boston.
He pulls a Hawaiian shirt out of his bag.
Trench coat as well.
As
Okay,
he
yeah.
wear.
You have like a big camera around your neck, and you're like taking pictures of everything.
Yes. Yes.
Hank will
Benedict's
have his
going in
pistol on him.
Benedict's going in with his monster truck friend.
On his head.
No, don't be ridiculous.
Of course not.
Just
Oh,
holding
please.
a monster truck.
Just
In
holding it, and you may play with it in the lobby like an adult.
All right.
All right, I want
Hank.
everyone to give me a quick intelligence check. Tell me what you get.
Benedict succeeds.
Hank fumbles 77.
And Benji gets a success. 13 under 75.
So you guys are thinking, I'll say like you guys are walking up and Benji's, maybe as Benji's pulling on his Hawaiian shirt. You're thinking about, or maybe you guys are kind of chatting as you're in the car or out in the parking lot, wherever you are getting ready. You say something about, it's just weird that's, it's a Las Vegas, a Las Vegas area code, that seems like why, it's so far from here. Like, what's even going on? And I think Benji and Benedict, around the same time, you guys have a realization, a memory. You remember something in the past, something that had happened previously, that you had seen previously, that had something to do with Las Vegas. You both kind of, as you're talking about this, and maybe you're both like, what is it? What is it? We've seen
Is it
there's
Michael
something
Whitwer?
about Las Vegas. It's Michael Whitwer,
Shit.
whose
Motherfucker.
The
airline
flight.
ticket
Mm.
was marked from Las Vegas. You also remember what he said to you in the night floors. My name's Michael Whitwer. I'm DEA.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with the program.
Did we just get a phone number for Michael?
Trippy stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Maybe.
God, maybe we should phone him.
Maybe let's see where this leads, and then we might give him a call. And I mean, what do we say to him? We saw you die 15 years ago.
That's a cold opening, but might work.
Well, keep in mind the phone number, the DEA number that you got out of the phone, the incoming number was not for Michael Whitwer. It was for Ruben Hardwick.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
different person.
I messed that up. Fair enough. Thanks.
But he was in the DA.
Yes, but he was also in the DEA.
Okay.
So yeah.
One of
smart.
those. We are smart.
Hey, we did it.
So either the text or maybe that's a different name for him. I don't know. One of those possibly goes to him, who's part of the V cell, right? Vega cell or something like that. All right, I guess I'll walk up to the desk. Say, hello there, sir. Or madam. What do I see?
Hello. It's you see an androgynous person who's hard to say, so you just say hello. It's,
Yes.
You
I'm
there.
looking for you. I'm looking for a Dr. Barbas.
The person tells you, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not really sure. Dr. Barbas is it a guest? Are you a guest, sir? That's what can I do with you? What can I do for you?"
I was told to meet a friend here, and he said he was staying at the hotel. He said just to ask for him at the front desk. Maybe he's going under another
I don't
name.
have anything here. I don't have a note. He's like looking around. He's like maybe like pulls up a like a little book and flips through it. No, and runs the finger down the page. No, I don't see anything here for a Barbas. I'm sorry, sir. By the way, are you introducing yourself as law enforcement at this point?
Not right away.
Okay.
Perhaps sorry, what was the other name, the demon name he was going under? I keep forgetting.
Marbus.
Perhaps a Marbus. He sometimes goes under that.
No, that's just a silly, weird pronunciation of Barbas with an M instead of a B. So I don't have anything like that.
I'll be sure to tell him that,
sir.
All right, you're gonna make me roll. I see. Let's see. What do I want to roll?
If you want to use your law enforcement clout, I'll give you a +20. You kind of to throw your weight around.
All right, bureaucracy with a +20. Does that sound?
I really think it's probably persuasion, isn't it? Not really
Okay.
navigating a bureaucratic system here.
I don't know what this place is. Okay. Success. 41.
Okay.
Under 70.
Yeah. So this the person says, officer, I would love to help you. I thank you very much for your service to our country, and which is kind of a weird way to thank somebody, an officer of the law. But it's like, thank you so much. We really value those in your line of work here at the Boxer, but I would love to tell you, but I don't see that name. And here, let me check the registry. And pulls up the computer real quick. I'm sorry, sir, I just don't see anyone by that name.
What did the
Benedict
text
is
say
watching.
specifically? Can I
text
I go
said-
back to?
Yeah, so you can go out there to if Benedict's like standing by, and I assume Benji is off to the side, oohing and eyeing at the wall and taking pictures
Big
of
pair
it.
of binoculars, just looking at shit.
Fascinating.
No, like those tiny binoculars that people wear at operas. And you're like on the stick.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
you're
Why the
like-
fuck not?
This city is still history. In my mind, I can't wait to go on the historic whale watch.
What's that a thing? Anyway, you go over to Benedict, or you guys have a confab. What are you gonna ask them? What is Hank gonna ask?
Hank,
what?
you seem very soft there. You need to throw your weight around. You need to talk to the management. Ask for the management.
Why don't you show them how it's done, Vic?
He doesn't. He goes.
But what did the
says, "You
text say?
there."
I just want to know what the text said specifically. Again.
The text said, if something happened to me, come find me at the Boxer Hotel. And now I'm thinking about it. It does have a room number. It has a room number. That would have been good for you guys to know.
Oh, okay.
So, pardon me.
Hank,
Well,
you
perhaps.
idiot! Look at this. It has a room number.
It's right here.
Oh, how could I
You moron.
Moron.
forgotten
Get
this
out the
information
way,
that
you-
was never told me?
You, madam, sir, madam, sir, you there? Are you in charge of this place?
Easy,
Yeah,
Benedict.
sure. I own the place.
Hush
Stay
you.
on the place.
You own the place? Good God. All right. Well, listen, our friend, Mr. Marbus, which is not a silly name. I heard you. It's not a silly name. It's his name. He told us very specifically if there's trouble, we need to ask for his name. Stop fucking around and tell us what he told you. Sir, madam.
Jesus. Stop fucking around.
Just stop fucking around.
He's too old
What
for
you
this shit.
find, I would say that they don't know anything what you're talking about. They literally have no idea what in God's name you were going on about. They've never heard this name, never heard Marbus, they've never heard Barbus. They just haven't. If you ask about the about room 616, which is the room number, you are brought to, or they say, they pull it up really quick. They say, yeah, I see it here. You're looking for. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I should have thought about that. There's this. Are these? Let's see. Is Agent Vega a professional an acquaintance of yours?
Yes.
He already
Yes.
came here. He's already come here looking for him. Okay, he's in the room now. Yes.
That's exactly who we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I have room 16. I'm so sorry. I have room 16, or room 616, rented out for. Let's see. I have a few people listed here.
Jesus,
Agent
man,
Vega?
out with it already.
I apologize. I have Agent Vega, Agent Venus, and Agent Victor here. Oh wow, that's funny. That's fun. They're all V names. That's yeah. I have them here in room 616.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much. We'll be heading right up there, and we appreciate your service at this establishment.
And we will not be leaving a tip.
Well, you're not paying customers, so I wouldn't imagine you to.
Well,
But it's good to know that
with
we
good
won't be
reason.
receiving something that we weren't
Thank you very
looking
much.
forward to.
On with your day.
Thank you, sir. That's-
Such a dick.
Are you guys gonna wrangle the Benji with you and head upstairs?
I would just like to point out once again that charisma, Benedict's highest stat.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
It's a
the three agents that are missing, do we know their code names?
You don't.
Okay, okay. Doesn't Vega ring a bell? Isn't that Michael Whitwer's?
Yeah,
Code
that's
name?
Michael Whitwer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So he's basically. Who knows how long these. I guess we could look at the date as how long these texts have been. There's been time in between the texts, but basically he's here looking for Barbas.
Yeah.
Well, let's head up.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think. Fellows, I don't know. This is a bit of an awkward situation with us seeing this man's death 15 years ago, presumed death. I don't know how we should address this. This is going to be 3 Delta Green agents in here, just like us.
We don't know they're here, and if they are, we don't necessarily have to bring up the fact that the floor opened up and swallowed them whole. We could be a little bit tactful, you know?
Yeah, best not to
Sounds reasonable.
not to dwell on the past, future, present.
The future,
Oh.
if you will.
Future.
The future past.
I like
Also,
future.
in Marvel Comics, Earth 616 is the main timeline of the Marvel universe. I don't know if that relates to anything.
I didn't take
that
you
true?
for a Marvel man. I
Yes,
figured
that is
he's all
true.
about some DC.
Yeah, definitely
And
pegged you
the
as a DC guy.
In the Marvel universe, I think it is like Earth 616 is like the main timeline.
Yeah.
Thought you'd be a Batman guy.
You guys are having this conversation as the elevator climbs to the 6th floor.
Benedict is taken to petting Gravedigger.
It does not seem to be doing well.
Is that going to be one of his bonds now?
What if we just
Maybe.
knock? We just knock on the door, and if someone opens it, they just see Gravedigger there, and we're like looking around the corner.
All right. You guys make it to the 6th floor. It's the top floor of the Boxer Hotel. And you head down the hallway. As you do, you guys are kind of like, maybe you guys are strategizing or talking like, well, what do we say to him? Like, what do we, no, I've never liked the Superman Batman group. I'm more of a Spider-Man guy myself, or whatever the conversation is that you guys are having. And as you're walking, you kind of realize, oh, we must have missed the room. You turn back. And you miss the room again. On one side of the hallway are even numbers, and on one side of the hallway are all the odd numbers. It's not abnormal. On one side, it goes from 611, 611, 13, 15, 17, 19. And on the even side, you guys are walking. I don't know, it's kind of hard to imagine, but 612, 14, 18, 20. It seems that 616 is missing.
I want to make something else. This is not the same hotel that we were looking for that wasn't there, and then we found that library. This is not that same hotel, correct? Am I making sense?
You've heard of the term, you remember in the Night Floors in 1995, you were told about Hotel Broad Albin.
Yeah, that was a different one.
And that was, as far as you know,
Okay,
the one you were looking for.
gotcha.
Yeah, so you guys are looking back and forth, and you guys do this a few times, and this is where me missing something comes into play, what I was talking about earlier. When you guys had taken Agent Exeter, Dr. Barbas, into custody, well, used with air quotes, into custody, and you'd patted him down and discovered one of the things that you had found that I forgot to tell you because I missed it in the book. Hank, you found a key. A metal, old school type key. Not like a modern house key, like an old school kind of skeleton key with a big letter B on the end of it. And you had dropped this in your pocket. About this time, as you guys were looking for this door, Hank, you reach down and you grab that key and pull it up and hold it up in front of you looking at it. And right as that happens, Benedict, you turn around. Bam. Room 616.
What the hell? Well, we're probably getting old, guys.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
You
see the room, and the thing is the door, I mean, it looks like the other doors in the room. It fits in seamlessly, except this door does not have a key card. All the other doors, like most modern hotels, have key cards on the doorknobs. This one has no key card. It only has a keyhole.
So we're all packing heat, right? Like we got our pistols at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Hank,
let's not.
One sec. Hank, put away again. Let's quickly run an experiment. Let's close our eyes. Put that thing away.
All right, I'll just put it in my pocket.
Okay, the room doesn't disappear.
Good lord.
The room's still there.
It's magic. You are insane.
Good lord.
It was easy to look over. I'm not gonna analyze it too much.
Let's not think about it too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. This is it.
You know
Let's-
this.
We
you know
know
this to apparently be the location of Agent Vega and 2 other agents.
Let's
Given
try to.
that
Alright.
there might be agents here, should we knock?
No, I saw this in one of them Harry Potter movies. Watch this, fellas.
He takes a running start, runs into the door.
Do you
Just-
actually?
No.
Okay. If you're sure. All right.
All right, I'm gonna open it and stop acting silly. This is serious business.
Oh, very serious.
We saw a man
Very,
die
very
15 years
serious.
ago. We have a chance to save his life and other agents. Serious.
Serious. So serious.
Agrees. Gravedigger
All right,
agrees.
Hank-
Whoa.
Get that out of here.
He slaps it out of his hands.
I've had enough of this. I'm breaking down. Shut up.
Benji stomps on Gravedigger to get back at
No!
Benedict for smashing
No!
the scribe thing.
Oh no! What have you done, man?
All right.
Is what you wanted?
Hank
The
opens
door,
the door.
is opening.
Okay.
I've removed Gravedigger from my sheet.
All right. You open the door, and you see in front of you a fairly innocuous looking hotel room. It looks like it is a hotel room that is currently occupied. There are, some personal belongings and things lying around. And as you kind of ease in, you open the door and no one immediately, for instance, comes out to see you and see who the hell is entering the room. It appears to be empty. You glance into the bathroom real quick, which is right there by the door, and you see that it is clean, and there might be like a toothbrush laying there or something, or 3 toothbrushes rather. And you see that it's clean, and there are white towels with beautifully embossed letter B's on them. And these B's not only do they not match the Boxers Hotel's kind of type font, they match the key, and if you remember back to that picture of Asa Darabandi standing in front of the hotel, they seem to be very similar to that color. So yeah.
We might this hotel might be a link to that hotel, which is a hotel he built, just like the art, the apartments that link to the night floors.
Yep.
Yeah. You see there are several, you see there are, like I said, there are some personal effects, like, laying around. It looks like, some duffel bags, like some travel gear, pretty normal kind of stuff. And there is a curtain on the far side that looks like where the window is. There's a curtain, and the curtains are drawn. And besides that, you will need to I guess I'll kind of leave it to you guys.
Well, Hank looks through their duffel bags.
Then she will open the curtains.
All right, you begin to leaf through the duffel bags. It looks to be pretty much clothes. You see clothes and kind of personal effects and that kind of thing. You don't see any wallets. You don't see any documents. Maybe you see like another, or actually not like a stub, but like around the baggage, the handle of the baggage is like an airline ticket that looks like whoever this was came into the area, flew from another city in the United States into Boston International. Probably, let me see, probably in late June. So yeah.
What does Benji see when he opens the curtains?
It's interesting you say that. Benji, you walk over the curtains, you place your hands between them, grasp on to the beautiful, svelte, luxurious curtains, and rend them asunder to reveal a wallpapered wall that is the same as everything else around it. But there is a windowsill, there is like the outline of a window, but inside where glass should be is just more wall.
And what, pray tell, time of day is it, good sir?
Is pray tell, we will say... God, I don't know. It's daytime. We'll say it's late afternoon for you guys.
Okay.
Got a sneaking suspicion about this window, fellas. Like we might have to wait till night.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Hank, can Hank close the door behind them and then reopen it and look out in the hallway? Has anything changed?
You do so, nothing remarkable happens. Yeah.
Well,
Close and open.
I'm gonna roll a search roll, and what do you fellas think about waiting to the nighttime? See if anything happens.
And see what's on TV.
Yeah, but Hank wants to do like a thorough search of everything outside of what we just saw.
By the way, no TV.
See what's on the radio.
Oh shit! I don't want to hear that music.
Living in the sunshine, loving in the sunshine, having a wonderful time.
Oh, hell no.
Oh God, make it stop! Make it stop!
Hank, can I say Hank does a general search of the area before they kind of settle down? He got a 53 under 58 success.
Yeah. So, you guys, do you all begin to kind of look around? I assume we're looking deeper into what's going on.
Yeah, sure. I'll roll
Benedict
as well,
wants
just
to
in case I get a critical.
Yeah, Benedict
Yeah,
wants
go
to
ahead
keep
and do
alert.
those rolls. Let's see.
Have y'all ever seen that dude actually perform that song?
I don't
Yeah,
think I
it was
want to.
awesome. Tiny
He's-
Tim.
Oh, is that his name? He looks just as strange as you would expect.
Yeah.
Someone who sings that song to look.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Highly recommended YouTube watching.
All right. You guys are looking around. Hank got a success. The other two of you got failures. You guys are looking around, and one of the first things that you notice, like maybe Benji, you pick up the wastebasket. There's a little wastebasket there, like in the bathroom, and in it is one of those. It's one of those Gideon Bibles, that are like in a lot of hotels. It's like thrown away in the wastebasket, and you take it and set it aside. And then you see that there is a napkin, and it's crumpled up. You you pull it apart, and you see that it is a napkin from the Gateway Bridges restaurant, which is the same restaurant where you met Barbas. It is the same type of napkin where you found the diagram of the lion drawn on it. And as you uncrumple this one, you see a diagram of another bizarre machine. But this one has no writing on it. It's just another one of these weird diagrams. Benedict, you are you're looking around, and you open the dresser drawer. You pull it open, and you instantly kind of stumble back as it seems that a face is looking up at you.
Oh God.
As you look at it, you realize it's not a face. It's a mask. It's a paper mache, not terribly well made mask. It's just like a flat, kind of expressionless white face. And underneath it, you pull it out. There's like this silvery cloth. And as you pull it out, it's like a robe. Like this like flowy, silvery, like polyester kind of cloth.
Wasn't there a man in a silver robe in 95?
Yes, there was. Yes, it was in the police file of that Abigail Wright had been mugged or assaulted inside her building by a man wearing silver robes and a mask. So yeah, good catch. Hank, you're kind of looking around, and you see that Benji throws that Gideon Bible to the side. You pick it up, and you thumb through it. It's like, you're like thinking, oh, maybe there's like, a note or something in here. It falls out. That's kind of what you're looking for. But something catches your eye about the area that, Psalms should be or something, like a little bit more than that, around halfway-ish. You maybe just catch one of the words. You see something that jumps out at you. You see the twin black suns. You see those words. You stop. I don't know how much Bible reading Hank has done his days, but that doesn't sound like something from the old Bible. You begin to read closer, and you realize very quickly the words, like, everything is exactly laid out in the exact same text, in the exact same format that a Bible would normally be laid out. But the words have all been replaced. And as you start reading, you quickly slam the book shut as you realize the words inside this have become the King in Yellow. But like I said, it's not like someone took the pages out and put a King in Yellow. It's like someone wrote the King in Yellow or replaced every word in here exactly where it was with lines from the King in Yellow.
Hank throws it on the bed and is like, fellas, don't read that.
Yeah.
Benedict is in a state of mind where he would probably put the mask on as a joke and turn around.
Sure. You don't look. Wait. Oh. Okay. I guess it's too late. It's too late.
You do so, and it's annoying.
Okay.
The other two look at you like, come on, really? After everything we've been through? Really?
Let me try something. Why don't you put on that mask and that robe and read from that book I threw on the bed? I think that would be a great idea.
No,
in all
this
seriousness,
is not the time for
this
comedy, but
Bible
you did break my friend.
That is absolutely not canon. We still have Gravedigger.
All right. Well, and you do this, Benedict, and no one seems terribly entertained. I imagine Benedict frowns and pouts a little bit as he opens the next drawer, and as he does, he sees a big, thick file. It looks like a massive file stuffed with all sorts of documents that literally has a string tied around it, and then tied a knot, and stamped, just large as life, right there on top. It's a green triangle.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I think I found something.
Juicy.
What you got over there,
opens it
Benedict?
up. He throws it on the bed and says, do we want to open this up? We know the symbol.
Absolutely.
There's probably
Right.
written on here somewhere. It's probably like, "Do not open," or something like that.
It says I'm a stickler for this kind of stuff, but it says do not open. Are we sure?
We have been tasked with getting to the bottom of this, and surely it's not as dangerous as what I just looked at in this Bible, as he puts it back in the drawer.
Yeah.
It's evidence. It's got to be evidence, is what Hank thinks.
Yeah. Now we have to open it up.
You open it, and what falls out. I mean, there's a lot of things. A lot of them are like newspaper clippings, and they're in French, they're in German, they look to be in Spanish, English, and many of them talk about different plays and different showings of these different events. You come to the conclusion, like, man, I think that these are Delta Green's documentations of times when the King in Yellow was shown. And
To an audience, like literal play.
yes, throughout the documents, almost every one of them is stamped with some type of Delta Green like symbol, and the whole file. I mean, it's so massive. And there's so much in here, and it appears that someone has written notes all throughout. You see the same hand has written notes all over the file, and on the top of the file is a word in French that I can probably almost certainly not pronounce. It is.
Type it out. Let's see.
God, I'll type it out.
Give it a go. We're not going to. This is a safe space, Joe.
That's the word. I think it's a do.
12.
Do and me. Do and me.
Deuxième.
Deuxième?
Is it
I think it's
Deuxième?
Deuxième.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna say Deuxième. It says Deuxième Bureau across the top. There's a lot here. It's gonna take a lot to read it. You're gonna have to spend some time with this file, basically. So
It
if you
seems
want
these
to,
fellas were on the same task as we are right now.
also one last.
So what does that
thing.
mean? That's like 2 or something like that.
That's 2. Second.
Alright.
The
Well,
second.
do is 2. I
You
guess
guys know
that's-
better than I do. I know.
Right.
You can Google it, I guess.
Says second. So, okay.
I will tell you something else too. As you open it and begin fumbling through it, a card slides out of it. A magnetic key card.
Okay, pick it up,
Looks
investigate
modern.
it. Does it say anything?
It looks blank, except that there at the bottom corner there seems to be like a brand name or something, which is Imagico. It seems to be like a weird brand name for the card. And written across in a Sharpie is DPH.
D as in dog. P.
D as in dog, P as in Papa, H as in hotel.
H is in ho. All right. If nobody else wants to, Benji will spend some time with the book while we wait for dark.
Where was the second stamped on top of? Just like a random page?
It's just on the folder itself, on the file itself.
Oh, it's on
Holy
the file
shit.
itself.
Hey guys, we got a free ticket here. DPH, Dorchester Psychiatric Hotel.
Oh.
Wait, what was that last word I just said? I think I just had a stroke. I need to lay down, guys.
You mean hospital?
Nice.
We all get to watch Dace as a person have a stroke right
This
here
is-
on camera.
Dave's
Seems like
taking
someone was
sanity
better
damage.
at sleight of hand than you were. Benji?
Yeah. You don't gotta remind me.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well now we have a straightforward way of at least sneaking into the facility if we want to go that route.
There are
Okay.
two other things you guys notice as you are going through the room. Does anyone have a Hank? What's your forensic skill?
Hold on. 32.
Okay. As you guys are looking, one of the things you notice is that the phone that's sitting there in the room is like a really old-fashioned, like rotary phone. Really old-fashioned. If any of you picks it up and like attempts to like call out to the front desk or anything, you don't get anything. And the last thing is that Hank, as you guys are looking at this file, maybe Benji sits down, starts to kind of parse through it. Hank, you kind of like look under the beds, and there's 2 queen beds in here, right? You look at one of the beds, particularly the one that's closer to this weird non-window, and you can see that around the base of the bed, where the leg of the bed meets the carpet, maybe you kind of pick it up a little bit or something to kind of look at it, just to kind of see, if it's been moved or something. And you see something that you are 90% sure is the remnants of blood at the bottom of the bed. That looks like there was probably a significant amount of blood spilled on this carpet that then soaked in and around the feet of the bed.
Shit. It looks like something might have already gone down here, fellas, and I bring everyone's attention to this. It's like visible, I guess, once you can spot it, right? Like, it hasn't been cleaned, or it has been
It
cleaned.
looks like it's
old?
been cleaned. It's been cleaned from the carpet, but it looks like some of it was missed. And it's like, imagine, the bed has 4 legs. There was enough blood, whatever happened here, to get from one leg, like at the foot of the bed, to the other leg. That's a significant amount of blood.
Something
Well, if
already
we-
went down here, fellas.
Let's check under the bed, see if we can see anything.
Like, we move the bed aside and see if there's any clues to like.
You see it there under the bed. There looks to be more stained. Like, you can tell that maybe they didn't do as good of a job here, but there was a lot of blood spilled. If you guys continue to look around and kind of like follow the blood, Hank, you see on the bottom of this weird windowsill that leads to nowhere, it looks like there might have been a significant amount of blood on the windowsill at one point in time, and even maybe spilled down the wall. But it looks like that might have been a source or something. There was some blood on both. There was a lot of blood spilled on the carpet and up this non-window. I hesitate to call it a window because it's really not.
We need to be on guard, whatever happens tonight.
Yep. Yeah, Benji sits down in a cozy corner with a book and starts reading.
Are there any signs of occult-like stuff?
Besides the mask and the file with all the King in Yellow stuff and the book
Gideon
and
Bible.
and the blood.
Yeah. My question
Is that what you're
remains,
asking about?
But other than that, though,
Other than all
can
that
we
great
get any
Is there anything
insight?
suspicious in this room, Joe?
what I'm asking, is there
Just-
anything
Okay.
out of the
Let me,
ordinary?
I retract my question. Do any of these signs overlap with some of the rituals described in Demon Web? Or the big binding that Marbus had
In the Ars Goetia.
in the Ars Goetia?
Nothing rings a bell. Like there is a ritual described in the Ars Goetia, and Benji can tell you about it. And, you know, there's a ritual there described, but like it involves like carving a sigil or laying out a sigil on the ground and sitting in it and lighting some candles and saying some stuff. You don't see anything
So
particular.
none of that.
Yeah.
Just blood. Okay.
just blood.
It was a fair question.
just a
alright?
little blood.
just out of curiosity, Benji's gonna take the cell phone and call the number.
What cell phone?
The
Oh,
cell
God.
phone with
Citri?
Citri symbol on it.
Okay. And you're calling what number?
Curiosity.
The number that said meet me at such and such hotel.
No, he sent that out.
Oh, fuck me.
Marbus sent that out to someone who was concerned about him in Vegas. And whoever was concerned about him, presumably, what's his name, Michael, Agent Vega, presumably was sending to him, and that's why they came to this hotel, is what I'm thinking.
Mm.
But you could try still calling that number, the text number.
The concerned loved one number is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody else want to do that while I read?
Not really.
Sure. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I've got important work to do.
You've just delegated PA tasks to me.
Yeah, the Benedict of all people.
Yeah, take this demon phone and phone this number. Okay.
Don't forget your highest stats charisma.
Just don't
Don't
dial
you forget.
666.
Star 6669.
Nice.
Okay, so you're gonna use the Citri cell phone to call the concerned loved one?
Yeah, try and actually call Citri.
Well, actually, I'm sorry that you know that the concerned loved one is Ophelia Citri.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you call the number, and it eventually goes to voicemail. You hear, "Hi, hey, it's Ophelia. Please leave a message. Bye." And then it goes.
Shuts it off. Can we try the other number?
The
The agent.
The
Ruben.
DEA agent.
Hardrick.
yeah, if you want to try Ruben, you can by all means.
Rubbing hard.
You call, and you get a, it rings for a minute, and the phone picks up, and you hear, don't hang up, hold on, don't hang up, hold on. And you hear like the sound of it. It sounds like the phone's like being put in someone's pocket, and moved around and that kind of thing. Eventually,
Benedict puts it on speakerphone for everyone.
Okay.
And
I thought you
tells
were
him
gonna
to
be like,
quiet.
I seriously thought you were gonna be like, Benedict hangs up.
Fuck it. All right. You hear eventually it gets to a place like, and it's kind of echoey. It sounds like you hear like the sound of a door opening, and then the sound of like someone going down some stairs, and eventually you hear, Mike, where the fuck are you? Hello?
Just gonna keep quiet.
Mike, I swear to God, I do not have that. You are in a fuck ton of trouble. What the hell were you thinking? Mike! Hello? And then
Shuts it off.
you shut it off, okay. About 5 seconds after you shut it off, it rings. It's that number again.
Oh.
It's
Hold
the
on,
He
PA.
gives
hold
it
on.
to Hank. He fucking gives it to Hank. He's like, mm-mm.
Hank turns it on.
Okay, you enter again. Mike, look, where are you? What's going on with you, man? Look, you can talk to me.
This isn't Mike.
And it's really quiet.
No.
What the fuck have you done with Whitwer? Is he okay? Are you
Listen,
cartel?
for your safety, no. But for your safety, the less you know, the better. Trust me. We're trying to help your friend. But he might have gotten into something a little bit more dangerous than cartel.
Who is this?
Well, first, you're in no position to ask that, so we need to know who this is. Can I confirm this is, what's his name? That we looked up.
Yeah, the
Ruben.
name of the person that I totally
Ruben
know myself.
Hardrick.
Is this
Hardrick,
Ruben
yes, he's...
Hardrick?
How do you know who I am? Who is this? Are you
Benedict like points to his badge. Just,
the FBI?
yeah. Tell him you're FBI.
Who was that? Did someone say that you guys are FBI?
No. What? Shh.
Listen,
He can't
sir,
hear
like
me.
I said,
I can
the
still
less
hear him in the background.
the less you
Y'all
know,
keep
the
it
better.
down. I'm trying to read over here.
So we are trying to help your friend and find him. How long has he been missing? This is FBI, by the way, since everyone else in the room
By the
wants-
way, if you didn't pick it up, this is FBI. Let me see.
Why does he think this phone is Whitworth?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't Barbas's phone. It was in the kitchen.
Yeah, it was okay.
Let me see.
This is Michael's phone.
It
Mhm.
says Mike's. He's been missing since 9 July. Where'd you find this phone? Is he okay? Is he with you?
He is not with us. So we
Give me some type of check.
okay.
Give me some type of persuade or charisma or something.
Let's try persuade. Failure. 87 over 70.
Listen, I don't know who the hell you think you are. Mike is a DEA agent. That we're trying to handle this in-house, and I don't know if you're telling me that he's been investigated by you guys too. He's not a bad guy. I don't know what he got wrapped up in, but you tell me where he is, or we're done here.
I can't say that, sir.
Fine.
Here, give me that. Me. It's me. Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes. My name is Matador. We've been assigned to this case. I
dumb
have
name.
bad news. I think you have a dumb face, sir.
You haven't seen my
Respectfully.
face.
That's what you think. Your
Oh
friend.
shit. Oh.
I think we have a situation with Michael. He didn't mention Michael's name, right? He just said Whitworth.
He said Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we have a situation with Mike, and we're trying to unpack it. And we need information to try and understand what's happening.
Is that a role that you're trying to do there?
Sure,
Sounds
that's
like
a
it.
persuade
Do the-
to try and
You
befriend
can
him.
take that at a -20 because Hank has already failed.
Fine,
Do
I
your
will.
charisma. Isn't your charisma higher?
You're trying to
Yeah.
walk it back.
Hating your
Ah.
charisma.
If you guys find Mike before we do, you better hand him over. Click.
Oh, motherfucker.
Fuck.
Benji didn't get a turn.
You're
Phone him back.
reading.
Phone him back. Phone him back.
Let's call him back.
Benji, Call him back. Tell him the truth. He's dead.
Then she calls him back.
Are you actually gonna do this?
Yes.
All right, you call him back. This better be good.
Are you named after the sandwich? Like the Reuben sandwich. The corned beef.
My dad spent a lot of time at Arby's.
So I can respect that, brother.
I'm not doing this with you. I'm hanging up.
All right.
Love
I
you.
love you. I love
Bye.
you. All right. Bye.
I don't know what just happened. I thought we were going to tell him the truth.
Oh man.
Well, since we're waiting, we
Alright.
might as well call the other number. Wait, no, the other number is to the hospital.
The Dorchester
Dorchester.
house.
Let's phone it.
Did we
Let's see
find out who
picks
his
up.
contact is?
Mm-hmm.
If you
All
phone it, you get the Dorchester front desk. Someone answers the phone, like probably Gail again, the person who is manning the front desk. Is hello, it's Dorchester Middle Psychiatric Hospital.
It's Whitwer. It's Michael here. Put me through.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm sorry. I don't think I'm aware. Are you trying to contact a patient, sir?
No. Put me through to Dr. Dallin, please. Thank you.
Who's calling again?
Michael Whitwer. He will know who I am.
Okay. One moment. And there's
Such a long shot.
a brief pause, and after a minute, the phone picks up. Who is this?
Richard?
It's Dr. Dallin. It's definitely Dr. Dallin. Michael?
Richard. This is
Mr. Whitwer?
This is not Mr. Whitwer. But we need to have a chat, my friend.
Who is this? Is this Agent Matador?
That's correct.
Yes, we do need
You
to have
understand why we
a
need
conversation.
to have a chat. Yes. I will see you presently, sir. And he puts down the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
What if we dialed voicemail?
Okay. Yeah. If you access the voicemail of the phone, you hear two sets of voicemails. A set from the DEA agent, Reuben, whatever the hell his name is, which is basically a series of emails saying, "Where are you?" And it's what it sounds like. He says things like, like, Mike, like, hey, the higher ups, they say that you booked a flight to Boston using the agency card. Like, what's going on, man? Like, hey, call me back. I can vouch for you, but let me know what's happened. And it goes from there. He gets more and more desperate. And there's like, he's like, have you flipped? Did the cartel get to you? Let me know you're okay. We're worried. Mike, like they're watching your house. Like, where are you? Call me. I can help you. Things like that. And it just continues on. And the other voicemails you hear are a woman's voice. And at first it's like, hey, hon, know you're out, know you're out saving the world and all. Just give me a call when you get back, love you. And it continues on. Then eventually there's a voicemail that's like, Mike, what the fuck? You can't just send me a text like that and expect me not to worry. Like, what the hell's going on? Are you going to be okay? Like, meet you at the boxer? What the hell does that even mean? Like, call me back. And they keep getting more and more desperate as this woman is, calling him, reaching out to him. This is the woman who you guys are, the number for Ophelia Citri.
But who knows how long they've been missing at this point.
You said July 9th, was it?
Yep. You guys are currently on, I believe, it is late afternoon of 4 September.
I wonder if she ever came to check on him at this hotel.
Oh god. So Benedict is idly looking at Demon Web 101, and he's just found an entry for Samigina? Samigina?
Samahina?
Samahina, yeah?
Wait, the girl?
The head nurse?
Huh?
The head nurse.
The head nurse.
There's a
There's a
demon named
demon?
after the head nurse?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck?
What's it say there? As I imagine that Benedict is is holding the Ars Goetia. He's reading Barbas's Ars Goetia.
Yeah, he's
What's the
become a little
entry?
bit obsessed.
Yeah.
Samahina is a great marquis of hell and reigns over 30 legion of demons. He speaks with a hoarse voice. He teacheth all liberal sciences and giveth account of dead souls that died in sin. He's depicted as an ass and then takes a human shape of either sex at the request of his master.
Well, he teaches liberal sciences. He can't be all bad.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So there's these real people that have demon names that are listed in this Ars Goetia?
Marbus, Citri, Samahina.
Yeah, except for
Another-
person. We don't know who person is.
Hmm.
Do we need to interrogate that head nurse? I think we need to interrogate
Eventually,
that head nurse.
for sure. Alright, Hank's like, this is too much. I gotta rest. And he's just gonna sit down and wait for nightfall.
Okay. Like
Take a
you're
nap.
just gonna you'll lay on one of the beds and just hang out.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be it takes Benji. It's gonna take you 4 to 6 hours to dig into this book, to read into this file. But you guys are gonna be good with it. You guys gonna sit in there. I imagine maybe Benedict goes for an Arby's run or something real quick. Goes to grab you guys some food or something. And Hank is resting there on the bed as Benji's reading through the file. One of the things that you find, Benji, is you find a picture of a man that has some notes written on it. Let me pull him up real quick. If I can find it.
Got that
Not
fucking Tiny Tim song stuck in my head now. Thanks for that.
Fantastic. Great news.
Living in sunshine.
in
Having a
sunshine.
wonderful time. Flying over the fire.
Sorry, I'm trying
I
to
was
find
just
this
thinking about
picture.
what
I'm
if
having
all this
trouble.
stuff's happening to us because we have a constant diet of Arby's.
Just pretty much poisoned.
Brad, you're gonna lose our sponsorship.
Psychedelic shit.
You don't fuck with the sponsorship, Brad.
I get that Arby's money.
That's, God, I thought I had oh, I do. Here we go. So this is going to be dropping in on the old roll 20. Let's see. See a picture of this man.
In the evidence, the Delta Green kind of book.
Yeah, in the book that Benji is looking through.
Got a 40s mobster kind of look.
Yeah, and the photograph is of a man. He's wearing a suit, and this picture is labels him as an intelligence operative. And a bunch of the files are stamped with Delta Green stuff. And you see that on the back of the photo, it says Medford, July 5th. It is a picture of this man walking out of Dr. Barbas's home. This man is, and you see that there's like a small section of the file dedicated to this man, basically. And one of the things it says is there's one of the photos of him has stamped across it, missing, October 1951.
Oh, wait. Is that when Darabandi went? Is that a date related to Darabandi?
I believe Darabandi went missing in 1950.
Okay.
I believe. So that's Go ahead.
I still don't know how Ellis got wrapped into all this, Dr. Barbas. So does that maybe like that wasn't his house? Like maybe he started living in this house and it's another like house built by Arabandi or something like that. And he just like once he got wrapped up to all this shit, then he moved into there because of its like ties to this night floor type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could be.
I'm just saying,
So
I don't think that means he's been visiting Darabont. I mean, I don't think he's been visiting Barbas since 1951. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
But that's all it says about that guy. It doesn't give us like a name.
Let me think.
Maybe it was his house
but-
in 1951. Okay, maybe that's what we should. It's like he lived there in 1951.
Actually, thinking about it now, like looking at it, I think this would have his name in it because there's this file on him. You see the name on the back of one of the cards, you turn it over, and it has the name Emmett Mosby written on it.
EM.
Oh man,
EM. What about that letter?
that's on the letter just behind this photograph.
Let's dig
What
that
was
bitch
it?
up.
What about Mosby? Dearest M.
Yeah, let me zoom into it on here so we can see it.
Made the crossing with Mosby.
Yeah. Strange land Mosby. All is well. The towers of gold are magnificent, and Yatel is a wonder. Say hello to V for me. V, Vega, or it could be one of the other two agents.
Hey, I'm gonna have to take a quick restroom break, but y'all continue discussing
Okay.
this.
So I wonder which
is
crossing
it?
they're talking about. Is it the crossing from Carcosa to here, or vice versa?
Yeah.
And who the
What
hell?
was the third V name? It was Vega, Venus, and
Victor.
Victor. God,
Yeah.
nothing makes sense.
No. Crossing with a strange little man.
Why? So these guys have collected information about Mosby, or they're at least aware of Mosby, who left the house.
Just
The timelines
Racking
don't
my-
match up.
I'm racking my brain trying to figure out who could be the author of this letter. Like, who would have crossed over with Mosby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing.
I don't think we have
Well-
enough info.
Well, and as you guys, as you're looking at this, there might be another situation you might flip over. Actually, now that I think about it. Well, I think the biggest thing I think the oddest thing is this picture of, you have these pictures of him listed in 1951. And then obviously there are the pictures of him in Medford at that house, at Barbas's house. And as you look at it, it looks to be a fairly recent photo. Like, it looks to be a photo that's probably taken this last summer, that the house looks very similar. It's all kind of grown up and dilapidated. You know, that maybe you can see one of the cars, one of the neighbor's cars in the background, and it's a modern car, maybe a car that you remember when the neighbor's driving. So we definitely, you're definitely looking at a picture of a man who is apparently some type of intelligence agent back in 1951, and then someone looking remarkably like him walking around in 2015.
Maybe we can get Hank to do a background search on him through his agency.
Yeah. I've got some other stuff, but I really want Brad to come back for it.
No, Benedict, while I got you here, I just wanted to talk to you about that Hank guy. Kind of a shitbag, ain't he?
He's like, no, Hank has also gone to the bathroom.
Kind of a dirty shit sucker. Kind of a bag of dicks.
I hate to agree with you again, but...
Got a face like a barrel full of smashed assholes.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, so, like, well, tell me, back on point, getting away from this this incredibly stimulating banter. What is what do you think Benji's take? Like, how do you think Benji feels about this stuff as he's like pulling it all out and looking at it?
Confused. Now, that's an easy one. Confused.
Yeah.
We're to that classic point of any Delta Green story where there's just so much information flying around, and it's impossible to make sense of it.
And just trying to make the connections of it's hard.
Yeah, it
now
is.
That we find out anything new?
No.
Oh.
Nothing to report. You'll have to listen to the podcast to figure it out.
Okay.
No, nothing new. Joe's about to reveal some really important information to us.
Okay.
Joe, I think we can't hear you.
Whoops. Sorry, I muted my mic when I hit it.
It was super enticing.
Benji, as you continue to read through this, you find a picture that the black and white photograph that falls out, and it's marked it's marked 1895. And you see that it is like a photocopy of a very old picture. It is labeled with a piece of masking tape across the bottom of it that just says Marbus. There are two actors, like two people who are like dressed up in those like ruffled necked kind of clown jester outfits.
Oh Lord.
And they're standing there like in like funny poses. There's two of them. There's a tall African American man, and the other one is a very light-skinned white woman. Hank, as you're looking at this, you both automatically recognize Dr. Barbas is one of these guys. Is this guy?
He's dressed in like a clown outfit,
yeah, and he's like all like funny posed.
Okay.
And then Hank, you look at this woman. You think you recognize her. You think this is the woman who you saw through the window upstairs in Barbas's house.
What the fuck?
Yeah. As you guys look at this, you can tell that this photo looks old. And Benji, with your high history skills, I know you have a really high history. You looking at this and looking at this is the skyline of Paris, but this is pre-World War I and pre-World War II Paris. You think this date on here, 1895, you think that might be accurate?
This is Barbas and this woman that was in his house.
Yeah, everyone please roll me that sanity check.
What the fuck? Okay, success. 45 under 54.
Tell me what you get.
Success, Benji, 30. 30 under 37.
I got an 89 over 50.
Do you want to take the damage, or it's 1 sanity damage? Do you want to take the damage, or do you want to deflect?
I'll deflect that.
Okay, roll that d4 real quick.
My poor little Papua New Guinea.
Jesus.
Papua New Guinea.
That's a 2.
All right. So Papua New Guinea takes
2
1
willpower.
bond damage and 2 willpower. Yes.
I mean, maybe I was completely wrong, because I don't know. Barbas didn't seem like some kind of, I don't know. He did give off the vibes of being some ancient person. I don't.
I told you from the first episode this guy was a clown. I fucking called it early on.
The fuck?
You continue to look through Benji, and you find more notes scrawled on a piece of paper. You find notes written in a shaky hand that say, "Words copy themselves?" Question mark. Call O, like just the letter O. Making books in the house? Question mark. Dallin, 9 on July 8th. Mace, stun gun, zip ties. Put in DH, as in the letter DH, then raid Medford House and burn. It seems to be notes that the note taker was writing to themselves.
And
And lastly, real quick, this is going to be an odd one, but just Dorchester House, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing here, Hank, make me a. Okay, let me just ask Brad. Let me ask you. So Hank is sitting here. It's taken at least, like I said, 4 to 6 hours for Benji to go through all this stuff. Hank, you are laying on the bed resting. Does Hank fall asleep?
Sure.
I knew I could count on you.
Shit-eating grin. You're smiling like the fucking Chestershire cat right now. Cheshire cat?
Benji. So imagine there's like a close-up on Benji as he's continuing to look through these, and it's been several hours. You know, Benji, you're looking through all these papers, and you find a section of that's talking about the play, about the King in Yellow, the play. You're reading it. Benji's looking at it, and there again are these notes to the side, and they say, "West window during sleep?" Question mark. And then right at that moment, the camera zooms in to like Hank's face. He's laying on his back. His hands are kind of over his chest as his eyes combat the sleep. As his eyes close and crease. And maybe Benedict is like coming out of the bathroom or something right as this happens. Benji, you see. What is that? What's West window during sleep? And again, there's that close-up as Hank's eyes completely close. And you look over, and where there previously was no window, there is now a full-fledged window that is open into what looks like an underwater scene that is rippling and moving before all of you. And that is where we will end for today.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy shit, man.
What?
This gets crazier and crazier.
Really?
Oh my god.
You're saying we're underwater, right? It's like a.
I didn't say that.
Oh. You said an underwater scene.
Seems to be water.
Sleepy water.
Who's to say?
What if it's like Bioshock?
That's what my mind went to first.
It's just
I'm gonna say, as Benji, as you're looking through this, like literally, I mean, it looks like you can see it. Imagine you're looking at the top of water as it's rippling and moving, except it's horizontal, where the pane of glass should be. And you seem to be looking through and into another hotel room, much like the one you're in, some little differences. And Benedict, you're standing there. I imagine Benedict's coming out of the bathroom and he's like drying his hands on his pants, and just stops and is staring. And then you and Benji look at each other. You guys look back at the window.
And she's
Is
like,
it empty?
We'll talk about it next time.
No, you can't. What?
Hey, Benedict, you ever play that classic game Super Mario 64? I think we got a Super Mario 64 situation on our hands.
What in God's name do you mean by that?
Good, buddy.
What does that got to do with underwater?
yeah, it's like jumping into paintings in Super Mario 64.
Okay.
Right on with
You
you.
win this time, you son of a bitch.
Victory.
All right, man.
Awesome. What a ride.
What a wild ride, man. All right, well, everyone listening, everyone watching, man, thank you for coming along in this little journey with us. We really appreciate you tuning in. Head on over to r/Greenbox Gaming. That's kind of our headquarters where a lot of the episodes get posted and stuff like that. Keep on the lookout. I was actually recently talking to the guys over at Arc Dream Publishing. I wanted to make sure I do things right. I never want to use any of their assets in a way they don't like, right? But I was talking to them recently, and they said, yeah, it would be fine for me to include the assets, include the art that we talk about at the Reddit, like on the Reddit thread. So what I'm going to go back and do is I'm actually, if you go to the Reddit and you look at, say, episode 1, season 2, I'm going to include in that post, I'm going to include pictures that we talk about, so those of you listening on the podcast can see the stuff that we've been talking about.
Nice.
That's a good idea.
And we can fucking cross-reference to see if you've been holding out on any information.
To see how bad of a handler I am. Is that what
We're
you're
gonna get you.
No,
saying?
just paranoia.
Yeah, but r/Greenbox Gaming, and then on Twitter, those are probably our two biggest places to follow us. And listen, if you really like this, if you're right up here listening to this episode now, and you're like, man, I don't want to wait a week for the next episode, well, come on over to Patreon/GreenboxGaming_, no spaces, and join the Patreon. I'd like to give another shout out to the OG5, to Steve, Kyle, Peter, Stuart, and Andre. Man, thank you guys for supporting us. You pay for us to be able to host the podcast, for us to, for our bandwidth stuff, and our subscriptions to Roll20, things like that. You help make the podcast better. We really, really appreciate your support.
All hail the five.
Yes.
All hail the 5.
Do they get special demon names? I think Demon Web 101 names.
We could probably...
They're on.
If Demon 101, if that domain was ours, I would 100% add these guys.
So, please just give us your social security numbers, and we'll have those
all we need.
legal name changes whipped up in a jiffy.
We'll get those to you. But yeah, guys, thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
For
Wonderful journey.
That was fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but thanks for everyone listening, everyone watching. We look forward to the next episode. Come and join us for it. And I guess that being said, we will see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Later.